Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Jolene's Surviving the Zombie Apocalypse. I want to apologize for that delay. This week, our neighbors think that they have a free alarm system installed, but actually, my husband and I paid for an alarm system to be installed in a home about 2 streets over. So that should zombies attack our home, I can activate the alarm at their home and draw the zombies away. I just sign a little bit of paperwork, make sure that our neighbors are none the wiser. Sometimes it pays to be nice to your neighbors, is what I'll say. Again, I want to thank you all for joining me this week. We've been talking about choosing that zombie survival team. And I want to thank those that have already submitted their entries, their resumes for being part of my zombie prep team. Unfortunately, those of you from North Dakota, sorry, I'm in Arizona. One of the things is proximity. Since we're not that close, I'll keep your resume. Should I ever move to North Dakota? Should you ever come to Arizona? And we'll look at it then. But for right now, I'm going to have to say a hard no. Some of you during your resumes came up with some really interesting, you showed me what your team would look like. And this is very creative. This is very innovative. But I will say, this is a lot to try to fill. There's some good ideas here. I like what I'm seeing. This team mentions a gang member, local butcher, go-to girl or guy, live bait. That's a good one. Bounty hunter, a goth girl, goth guy. But truth is, trying to get this many people into your group, right off the bat, you're going to run into those characters that we said you don't want. A schoolgirl, hunter, trustworthy criminal. These are very clever. I appreciate you sharing them. I do want to encourage the rest of our viewers to also submit ideas. One of the others I received that is, while it may not be the way I would recruit, chances are this is what your team would look like in the end. Having a leader, a brawler, a weapons expert, supplies, craftsman, brains, medic, a car guy, mascot, the person who wonders what's happening, the first person to die, bad things happen, but they still remain alive, and then this person that bites zombies. Chances are, at the end of the day, or beginning of the zombie apocalypse, after day 3, that's when your survivors come out. Your team probably would look more like this. So I will be reaching out to this submission because I know I have a real list on my hands. Which brings us, a lot of you aren't sure exactly what I'm wanting in my zombie survival team, and had some follow-up questions. So one of the things I do want is to make this a bit easier for you with your submissions. So we're going to keep tonight a little short. I do have some more things to wrap up on our neighbor's alarm system because it's one of my best plans yet, really. That and then the fireworks display and a couple streets over. So when you put your submissions in, again, you can email them. You can go to any of AYM's social media platforms, upload them into the chat. You can respond in our YouTube live stream chats as well on what you would do. But here's the questions that I would like for you to be able to answer so I can consider if I want to move you on to the next phase of the interview to be part of my zombie survival team. I want to see how you're thinking and if we're going to be compatible. So which television, movie, or cartoon character would you choose to be a leader? During one of my interviews today, someone said Superman. That's a great idea. Superman would make a fantastic leader as well. Plankton might not be so bad, to be honest. He does have some, they don't always work, but, if he had a little bit better brains helping out, maybe that would work. But I would like to hear television, movie, cartoon character, who you choose would be a leader. Also, who would you choose to be a weapons expert? I'm going to refer to the interview I had earlier today. They said Batman. That's great. He does have a lot of weapons around his belt. You might also think Harley Quinn. She does try to turn everything into a weapon. Master Chief, of course, is a great one. Also, who would you choose to be your brawler? Having just rewatched Mortal Kombat, I have a huge list that I would pick from. Having watched most of the Avenger movies, I definitely have some brawlers I would pick from there as well. What character would you pick to be the brains on your zombie survival team? Tony Stark is one of the first ones that come to mind for me. Someone say Xavier from X-Men, but the problem is the wheelchair. Once we take the stairs out of the second story of a home, I'm going to have a lot of trouble. So as long as I could keep him somewhere where all he had to do was think and we didn't have to move him, maybe, but that would be a consideration we have to take. What character would you choose to be your mascot? Please note, even with the survival team submitted by one of our viewers, the mascot is not a pet. It's not a dog. It's not a birds in a box. It's not a cat, because we don't have pets during the zombie apocalypse. That's called food. But who would you choose to be your mascot? Who would you choose to be live bait? A really great answer I got during today's interview was Flash. And that is really good, because while I use him as bait, he's going to be able to outrun the zombies. Having Flash on my team, I wouldn't have to remotely set off the neighbor's alarm. So with these questions, if you can at least answer 4, if you have any other categories, you would say, hey, I think this person would make a great craftsman, but I'd like to see what kind of television, movie, or cartoon characters you would put in these positions so I can see your thought process in putting this team together. I want to see how serious you are, how much consideration you give into those roles. It'll also let me know what kind of role you might be good at. Are you good at analysis? You might just be a worker bee. A lot of bad answers. Chances are you might be the live bait. As a bonus question, I do ask that you let me know where you stand on cannibalism. Yes or no. What I don't want, and my stance on cannibalism is not something I relay here. That is between me and my zombie survival team. But I don't want to be against cannibalism and me have a member on my team that is completely for it. And I don't want someone completely for it if the rest of the team is not. It just makes for a lot of questionable meals if you don't know where everybody stands on the cannibalism. And I put the email address here at the bottom again, alivechurchnextgen@gmail.com, for you to send in your submissions. Or again, you can go to any of the social media platforms. You can post videos of you giving your responses. You can send a text with those. And that way we can know exactly what you're thinking for these positions. It's really critical, as we discussed during episode 6, that you put the right people in the right places. We would not have Patrick Starfish as our leader at all. He is the person that, when I say bad things happen but remains alive, that would be a Patrick Starfish kind of person to me. I want to thank you all for taking the time to join me tonight. If anybody would like the alarm company that we've been using, please let me know and I can share that. But I look forward to seeing your all submissions, and I look forward to us all getting together with our zombie survival team so we can start practicing some of the things we're learning and preparing ourselves to survive the zombie apocalypse. See you all next week for episode 8 of Jolene Surviving the Zombie Apocalypse.